Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Commerce Aspirants.
Hello everyone. So today we'll be starting with second part of our unit 1, which is international business. In the previous class we had discussed all the contents of international business, and also we had seen CSR and its various models. So I hope you have completed your notes of business environment. Now let's go ahead with international business. What is international business? International business. What do you understand when this word is said? So, international business means when there is a trade transaction related to goods, services, technology, capital, or any other else thing going on between two different countries. That is when it is known as international business. Means from your country you are trading, transacting with another country. Suppose India and UK are trading. So the trade going on between them, the business taking place between them is known as what? International business. Now, why is international business important and why is it important for art course also? See, why is it important? Because most of the companies, you also might have heard these terms MNC, that is multinational company. Now, what is this multinational company? Multinational company means when suppose a foreign country is transferring a part of their business to another country. Suppose now UK is transferring a part of business in India and they are hiring Indian people for that job, for that work. So many MNCs such as BPO and all you might have seen, they are working for foreign countries. So what happens when there is a transaction or trade or business between two countries? First, the country where the business is transferred, part of the business is transferred, that country will get employment. Suppose if UK is transferring part of their business in India, or they want India to handle the sales department, customer service department. So what will happen? The people of India will get employment, right? If people of India will get employment, obviously our country will grow. And what more benefits we will be getting as Indians, that we will be able to learn new technologies. Obviously, when they are transferring part of their business, that means they are transferring the all latest technologies, how the work is to be done. We will be able to learn that. And what is going to be the benefit for them? That suppose a country who is not having a high population, who is not having the human resource, they will get human resource for their work, and that too in a cheap rate. By we have already always seen that the dollar or euro is always higher than the rupees, so they are getting their work done in a less price, less amount, how a way less price they have to pay in some other country, for example India. So like that, both countries, when they are getting benefited, at that time international business becomes way more important when both the countries are benefiting. Now here I have written some points of domestic business and international business, like how it is different and how it is similar. You need not write it in your notes because this is not asked in exams, but I have just written it for the sake of you to get an idea of the basic difference of domestic and international. So here I have mentioned geographical area, here I have mentioned countries of world. So in domestic business, what will happen? You will do that business within the area of India only, right? Within the geographical boundaries of India, or if you are staying in US, you will do the business within that country only. And in international business, you will be doing the business with different countries of the world. Second point which I have mentioned is low quality and high quality. Low quality and high quality is what? The standard of goods, the standard of services. Obviously, when you are going to do it with a different country, the quality standard will be a bit higher than what you are doing in your own country, because when we are always trying to transact with different countries, we will try to take all the good points from them. If they have a better technology, we'll use that technology and we'll enhance our services or our goods or our products. If they have better human resources skills, then we'll use that to enhance our products. So obviously whenever domestic business is taken into point, the quality standard will be low, and in international business the quality standard will be high. Similarly, currencies, yes, when you are transacting in your own country, there will be use of only single currency, whereas you are transacting internationally, the use of currency will be multiple. Next point in domestic businesses, that the investment will be lower, and here the investment will be higher. So investment will be lower means what? Obviously you are investing in your own country, you will get to know the prices very easily, what is going on in the market, and as per the standards you will be investing a bit less. Also the currency which you are using is the currency of your own country, so investment will be less, the cost of investment will be less, that is the capital investment will be less. Whereas if you are doing business internationally, the capital investment will be huge, will be large, will be high. Obviously there is multiple currency which you will be using, there is different technologies, different labor skill, manpower that you have to invest in, so the investment, capital investment will be high for international business. Now in domestic business, the customers whom you are selling your products, whom you are selling your goods, whom you are giving the services, will be what? Homogeneous. Homogeneous means what? Each and every one's preference taste will be same. Whereas if you are transacting in international business, the customers that you will be serving, your goods, your services, your products will be heterogeneous, because there will be number of different countries and number of different people in that countries, right? Suppose if you are selling sari in India, everyone knows what is sari, all know that traditional dress for Indian females. Whereas if you sell it in international business, you will be getting various types of people who might be willing to purchase it, who might not be willing to purchase it. So in domestic business, always the customers will be homogeneous, and in international business, customers will be heterogeneous. Next comes the point, research. Now what do you mean by research? Whenever you are trying to start a business, okay, whenever you are trying to set up a business, you will do some research, right? You are investing such a huge amount, so obviously you will do research, right? If we go to buy a TV, or if you are even buying a phone, you do research before buying phone, right? What are the camera qualities, what are the features, MP kitna hai of front camera, of back camera, how is the audio quality, how is the touch screen, how is the display screen, everything you will check, right? You do the research even before buying a phone, a smartphone. So when you're setting up a business, when you're starting a business, don't you think you will be doing a research? Yes, you'll be doing research. So when you're doing research in domestic business, that is in your country, it will be easy for you, because you know the language, because you know the people, you might know some people who are relatives, your friends, and you know what are the taste preferences of the people. So it is quite easy to do research in your own country for domestic business. But when you're doing research, when you're starting up a business, planning to start a business in international country, that is when you're planning to do an international business, take up an international business, you will find lot of difficulties in doing research, right? Because it's a different country, you don't know anything about it, you have to go there, or you have to hire someone to do the research, so the process will be difficult. Yes. So that is the difference between domestic business and international business. This was just a brief to give you a backdrop, a rough idea of what is domestic, what is international, and we are going to focus on international business. What are its merits, what are its demerits, what are the various types of topics that we are going to cover. Okay, now let's see what is the another topic. I hope you have understood this. Okay, no need to write this in your books. Now here are some important points of international business. Why international business is important? Okay, what is the importance, or you can say what are the objectives, or what is the characteristics, why doing business internationally is nice, is good, is positive, is helpful for your business to grow. So first point is earn foreign exchange. Simple point. When you're transacting with UK, with US, or with any XYZ country, that means there is going to be a foreign exchange. Now what is foreign exchange? What are the transactions? What are the penalties? I hope you all have learned it. We had done it in the FEMA class, right? Yes. So we'll earn foreign currency whenever we are going to export our goods, our products. When we are doing business internationally, when we'll be selling our goods, not selling, selling is the wrong word, when we'll be exporting our goods, our products, we are going to earn foreign currency. So this is one of the importance of international business, because we are going to earn some foreign currency. This is going to help us grow, help our country grow as well. Next is next is optimum utilization of resources. Okay, now what do you mean by optimum utilization? Optimum utilization means, suppose you have labor in abundance, you have lot of people who are unemployed, and you can put them to work, and if you are putting them to work, then that is going to help your business flourish. For example, India. What is India having in terms of business? India is having population, that is, India is having labor, manpower, right, in abundance. And if we see any other country, what do they have? For example, you take the example of US, or take the example of UK. What do they have? They have technology, innovation, right? All these new apps which we are seeing, these are developed by whom? The people from these foreign countries, US, UK. They are known for bringing out the best technological changes. Even South Korea, you can say, Japan, these people are good in these things, like technological things. So when there is a need for these foreign countries of a higher manpower or labor, or people in general, so what they'll do, they'll transfer their business, part of their business, into our country, just because we are having what? Manpower. So when we are making use of our resource effectively internationally, that is known as optimum utilization of resources. Okay, when we are using our resource to the fullest, and we are using other countries' resources to the fullest, that is known as optimum utilization of resources. Next is spread business risks. Now, very simple. Take examples of your mother, of your parents. Will they keep entire jewelry in one place? No. They'll keep some jewelry in house. They'll keep some in bank, right? And they'll keep some in another bank. We'll never keep all the jewelry or all the money that you have in cash at one place. You'll separate it, right? Even for example, when these cricketers are traveling abroad for their match, okay, when their match is scheduled and they have to fly abroad for playing that match, all the cricketers are never sent into one plane. Why? Because, for example, if the plane crashes, the entire cricket team, the entire team will be injured, or some may die also, right? So this is only known as spreading the business risk. When we suppose there is a team of 11 and there are some other people also, so suppose there are 25 people, so what they'll do, they'll send 5 in different plane, 10 in different, 5 in different, like that they are going to separate it. When you are keeping your jewelry, you will keep few in one bank, then few in another bank, few at home in home's locker, right? Means if there is any risk of theft, your entire jewelry won't be lost, right? This is how spread of business risk can be explained. That when you're starting, developing, growing your business in different countries, you are spreading the business risks as well. Okay, understood. I am giving day-to-day examples so you will understand it better. What, oh, how we can relate these commerce terms with our day-to-day life. Okay, now the next one is market share. Now some companies, okay, XYZ companies, they want to grow their business. Like now they have started their business in their home country, and for 2 to 3 years they have run the business in their home country and they are earning nice amount of profit also. Okay, everything is going on well, but what, now they want something more, they want to achieve something more, something better, something larger. So when they have to do that, what they'll do, they'll have to expand their business. First, suppose any person, even if you are starting a business, if some person is starting a business of cooking or baking, first they'll start in their area. Okay, then they'll move on to the city, then to different cities, then to the state, then to the entire country. After that, what? After that, they'll also go international, right? After completing all these checks, first you'll start within your area, within your locality where you're staying, then you'll go on to the city, then you'll start serving in entire state. You might open some branch also, different branches of your sweets, of your food, of for example, if you are into some garment business, right? Slowly you will expand it, then you might want to go internationally also. So when the businessmen, when the companies want to capture a large market, okay, large market is the aim. When they want to capture large market share, they want to earn profits in a higher number, in higher figures, that is explained, that is known as market share, when they have to expand the business. Okay, so these are the important points of international business. Just basic points, don't ratify it, don't learn it, just understand it. What is actually international business, what are we expecting from international business? Just understand the idea, understand the concept, don't by heart it, and no need to write also this in your books. Okay, now let's move on to another topic. International business and its type. Now we'll take a look at how we can enter international business, or how we can start investing internationally. What are the types, what are the modes of running an international business? Basically, what are the modes of entry to an international business? Okay, we can transact internationally in different ways. We can transact individually, first of all. Second of all, you can do it via business, when you're trying to set up a business or doing a partnership, or through government ways. Government ways means when government is investing into international business. It can be anything. It can be physical products, it can be services, it can be knowledge that you're sharing, it can be technology, it can be anything. The business can be of any of these things which I have told: products, services, technology, knowledge, etc. Okay. Now, whenever you're planning to run a business internationally, what are the most important factors that you have to keep in mind? What are the important factors that we need to keep in mind? First important factor that you have to keep in mind when you're running the business internationally will be the geographical factors. So, I hope everyone knows what are the geographical factors. What does geographical factor means? Means the change of area, change of location, change of country, change of weather. All these things are included in geographical factors. Social factors will be the second important thing that we have to keep in mind before starting business internationally. Now, why social? You need to know who the people are that you are going to sell your goods, products, services, technology, knowledge, etc. Are they going to purchase it? Whenever you're trying to start a business, what will be the first thing that you want? Yes, first thing is that you want to earn revenue, you want to earn profit. First thing is that you need to earn profit, right? But apart from that, what is the second most important thing? How will you earn profit? You will earn profit only if the goods, products, services that you are selling are being purchased by people, are being liked by people, is necessary for people. Okay, if they are not going to use it, do you think your business is going to flourish? No, it won't flourish. So the most important factor is not the most, it is one of the most important factor, social factor, that you need to keep in mind the taste preferences of the people. Next would be the legal factors. Legal factors means the legal policies. What are the laws? Different countries have different laws. Even when you are doing business in your own country, there are laws changing from state to state, right? As per the state, there are certain laws which needs to be followed by that particular state only. So similarly, there are different legal policies, legal rules, law related provisions that we need to keep in mind before starting the business internationally. And last factor will be economic factors. Yes, economic factors are also one of the most important factors. If you are not aware of the economy, how are you going to do the business? Without knowing the economy, you cannot do the business. So these are the four important factors. This I have just explained it to you just for the sake that you should have an understanding as to what international business is. This, we cannot expect that this will be asked in exam. It can, it cannot be, we don't know, but no need to ratify it. If you want, write it. If you don't want, don't write it, but just keep it in mind. It's not mandatory for you to note it down, but just understand what the factors are and how it can affect. Got it? Okay, now we'll start the modes of entry to international business. Now, modes of entry means what? Suppose you have decided that you will start a business of smartphones or say laptops or any gadgets. Okay, so before starting that business, you will explore the place where you want to do that business, or you will explore the market where you want to go and start the cut, or you will explore the market where you need to set up the shop and everything, right? So what is this? When you are going and exploring the markets, the places, the areas where you need to set up the shop, where you need to sell the smartphones or the laptops, that means you are doing some kind of a work before entering into that business, right? You are doing certain research before entering. You are checking the ways like how you can do. You will also check, can you sell these things online instead of offline, or you will check that can you sell it online as well as offline, right? So when you are doing this kind of a research, when you're exploring before starting the business, that is also one of the mode. When you're thinking that should you do the business offline or should you do it online, this is also a mode of entry in your business. Similarly, when you're planning to do business internationally, when you want to sell the products and the services you are into to some another country, that time what are the ways through which you can do that? Okay, so first way for international business, first mode of entry is export. Now we all know what is export. Even in school we had learned this term export. You might have heard it somewhere. What is export? Yes. So export is what? When you're trying to sell the products or your services to some other country. That means you're selling your services, selling your products. So this is the most common mode of entry, most common mode. Even a small businessman also is aware about this mode, exporting mode of entry. Even a small businessman knows about this. For example, say a vegetable seller or say a fruit seller, even they know what is exporting and it can be done internationally. So this is the most common mode of entry. And what are some plus points of this mode? That first plus point is fast entry. That means, what does fast entry means? Means the way to enter into this market is way too simpler than the other modes. Simpler, how is it simpler? That there is less restrictions, there is less complications, and you need not know much in detail while doing export compared to the other modes. In other modes, you need to invest a lot of time in doing the research and other things, but for exporting, you need not invest the time so much as compared to the other modes. So, in export, entry is fast, entry is quick. There are just some basic details that you need to know about, and yes, you are ready to transact internationally. You are ready to start your business internationally through export. Okay, so this is the first plus point. The second plus point is low risk. Then second most important thing in exporting, the second point in exporting is low risk. When you are doing international business via exporting, there is low risk. The chance of risk or the chance of loss is less as compared to the other modes. But next plus point is high profit through bulk sale. Obviously, when you are going to export your products in bulk, in huge quantities, the profit you will be earning will also be in high amount. So high profit through bulk sale is another plus point of exporting. Next point is low control. You won't have much control on your goods once it is exported. When it is exported to the international market, then the domestic sellers of that countries are going to take over from there. So you won't have control over your products or goods once it is exported internationally. Second, as I had told that even a fruit seller and a vegetable seller knows what is exporting. So they just know that we have to fill certain details and then we can export our farm products there. But do they know? But are they aware of the place where they are going to sell these products? Are they aware that whether the people there are going to like their products or are going to use their products or are going to buy their products? No, they just have a rough idea, and on the basis of that rough idea they just export the products. The local sellers or the local vendors, they don't do much of a research as to the persons or as to the businessmen who will do in maybe franchising or licensing or joint ventures. Exporters don't have local knowledge of the country where they are going to export the product. Transportation impact. Transportation plays an important role while exporting. Yes. Potential high compliance. Again, this can be a plus point, minus point. Potential is definitely a plus point, but high compliance can sometimes delay the things, or high compliance is good so no one can cheat you. Language barriers. Now, if you're exporting products to some foreign countries, say UK, so you need to know English, right? If you're selling to, for say, France, you need to know French. So obviously there is going to be a language barrier. In such case, you will have to hire some person who knows both the languages, who can communicate. You will have to hire a middleman. You will, or else you will face difficulty during exporting. Next, competitive. Yes, because entry through exporting is the fastest mode of entry, hence it is going to be competitive. Maximum people are aware of exporting, whereas maximum people are not aware of what is licensing, franchising, greenfield, acquisition, etc. etc. Maximum people are aware of only exporting. And in exporting, since the entry is fast, these all things contribute to a competitive market. I don't think so that you should ratify these things, because this is just basic. If someone will ask you, "Huh, you know exporting," you will say yes. So if you just imagine, okay, what happens in exporting? Some fruits are going to be exported. So what will happen? Does the person who is exporting knows much about that country? No, you don't think so. The farmers must be knowing. No, they don't know. Will they be knowing the languages of the people staying there? No. So these are just basic points that you need to understand. There is no need to ratify. But if still you feel that no, by the time of exam you won't be able to recollect it, or you cannot imagine what is exporting, then you can just write these points. Don't write all the points, just write the most important. As to fastest entry is through exporting, and there is low control. So just write 3 to 4 points. Don't write each and every point which I have given you. Okay, just write 2 to 3 points. Got it? Now we'll see second mode of entry. Second mode of entry is what? Franchising. Now, students get confused between franchising and licensing. They feel that franchising and licensing are one and the same. And the students who know the difference, sometimes they jumble up licensing with franchising and franchising with licensing. So today I'll be telling you a way to remember franchising and licensing, so you won't ever jumble up these two terms in future. The best example to remember what is franchising, what is licensing, and what is the exact difference between both of them, that we'll learn today. So I think so I'll take franchising and licensing together so that I can tell you what is the exact difference between them. It will be easy for you to remember also. Now, since this is not a live class, this is a recorded one, you will have to comment down whatever the questions I am going to ask her. Okay, whichever questions now I am going to ask you, you need to comment it down, because then only I'll also come to know as to what am I, as to if whatever I'm teaching you're understanding or not. Okay, so now tell me, comment down examples of franchising. Don't comment when the video will get over. Pause the video, comment down right now, and afterwards don't go and delete that comment or don't edit it. Let it be as it is, so that I'll also come to know if any students, how many, I'll also come to know how many students knew what is exactly franchising. Okay, so now everyone should write one example of a franchising company, whichever they are aware of. It can be Indian, international, any company, and one example of licensing company. You just have to write these two examples. Write one name for franchising, one company name for franchising, one company name for licensing. Okay, now I hope everyone has written. Pause the video, go write down in the comment section, then come back and start the video. Okay, I'll give you some examples of what is franchising. Franchising, everyone must have heard what is MACD. Para pa pa pa, I'm loving it. Right? This is MACD. One of the most common example of a franchise is McDonald's. Now, how McDonald's? Why McDonald's? What happens in franchising? Whenever a company, now McDonald's, you know where has this concept of McDonald originated from? Yes, I hope you all have answered US, so I'm saying yes, right. Yes, it has arrived from United States. This concept of McDonald's has arrived from US. So this was first formed in US, and if I'm not wrong, it was started by two persons, Richard and Morris. Yes, if I'm not wrong, I I think so. It was Richard and Morris, because I had read it somewhere that Richard and Morris had started some restaurant, and then later it turned out into McD and a big thing. So when they started this company, and it started growing, people started liking the way and everything that was sold, the fries and the concept that we can take away through the driveway. And then there are some happy meal packs for children, there are some toys given to them. So overall the concept of the entire McD cafe and the products that they offer, everything was very new for people. So, and as the popularity of McD grew in US, it started to spread in the other countries also. Other countries also came to know about, okay, there is this thing called McD, and it can be customized a little bit as per the flavors of each country, right? Suppose now there are beef burgers available in other countries, but in India beef is not allowed. So yes, India's McD is not serving beef burgers, right? But if you go to some another country where beef is allowed, there McD is selling beef burgers as well. So they have slightly customized as per the tastes of the people living there. See, we had learned in factors that social factors, we need to understand that what people like, what people don't like. So if McD would have still sold beef burgers in India, will people accept it? No. So they had to make slight difference, and they had to cut it out that from their menu, so that their business McD goes in India as well. People should love going to McD in India as well. So they modified it a bit, but other than that, the entire concept is same. If you go into some another country, if you will go to another country, or if you go to in India only, if you go to some another city, the same menu will be there in all the cities in India. If you are going from, say, from Pune to Mumbai, or if you are going from Maharashtra to some another state, you are going to some northern state, or you are going to southern state, everywhere the menu is going to be same. Slight changes will be there, but everywhere basic things will be same: burger, fries, drinks, right? If you will go to US, if you will go to UK, if you will go to some another country, this concept is going to be same everywhere where McD's franchise is there. So when the company, where was McD first formed? It was formed in US, right? McD was first found in US. Now I will write it here only so that you can understand it better. McDonald's was first started in US. Okay. Later on, McD, later on the owners of McD, what they did, they started giving the rights. That is, they started giving the access of how they are preparing, of how they are functioning to the other countries, so that they can also open McD's branch, McD's franchise in their country. But can they change the name? No. It has to be named as McDonald's only. But who is it going to be run by? It will be run by the people, the businessmen of that country. For example, now you are in India. This McD is started by a US person. So when he's doing a business with you of franchising, he is going to give you each and every right. That is how they prepare the burgers, how they prepare the fries, how they have constructed their restaurants, each and everything, how you should train the workers, each and everything, each and every detail will be shared with you in this franchising business. But the business will be on whose name? It will be on the name of MACD only. It will run under the name of MACD only. It won't be running under your name. Okay. And what you will be doing, they will be giving you all the details and rights and access, and in return you will be paying them some amount. And what is that amount known as? It can be known as royalty or it can be known as fee. You have to pay it to them. Why you have to pay it to them? Because you are using their concept and you are going to earn revenue. So a part of that needs to be given to the original owners. Whenever in exam any question is asked on franchising, just think about McDonald's, and then you will be able to answer the questions. Even if before you might have not heard of that question, still you will be able to answer it right if you keep McDonald's example in your mind while studying franchising. As soon as the term franchising is asked, just bring McDonald's into your mind and start linking. Start observing the things around yourself. Have a look, take a look, do some research on Google. See, McDonald's is same everywhere. Can you give some other example of franchising? How it is similar to McDonald's? Just Google it for 1 minute. I trust me, you will never forget what is franchising after that. Okay, and obviously entry will be fast because you don't have to do anything. You don't have to use your brains also. Everything will be told to you. Exact setup will be done. You just have to run it. You don't even have to run it properly because it is already famous. Now this is already famous. It has a goodwill, it has an image, it has a reputation. So the business will run automatically, but you will just have to pay some royalty, some fees from the profit that you're earning. So the entry mode is again fast. Low cost, low risk. Why low cost, low risk? Because cost, you hardly will bear any cost because the setup and everything will be done as it is done in the original MACD. Risk is low because you have seen already the franchise is running fantastically. You just have to open it in your city, in your state, and it's going to do well. So obviously low cost, low risk. Lack of control over quality. Yes, this is a negative point, or you can say this is a demerit, because you can't interfere that don't add this in this burger or add this in this drinks. You can't give your suggestions over how it is going to function because it is a franchise. How it is functioning in their country, same way it will function in your country, except how I told you that beef burgers are not allowed. Obviously, the businessmen who are running this in US, they know, they have taken a good look at the social factors which we have discussed. So they know that Indian people don't prefer these things. So obviously that is not going to include. But other than that, no changes will be made on the food they are providing. The burgers, the drinks, the fries, everything is going to be the same. So you don't have any say in how the burgers are made or how the drinks are prepared or served. So there is lack of control over quality. Existing awareness, brand value. I already told you that everyone is aware. So you are trying to bring it in your country, in your city, in your state. There is a brand value to it. There's a reputation. So obviously you don't have any risk in running that business. You won't be apprehensive as to whether it's going to run, you'll earn profit, people are going to like it. No, you know people are going to like it. People are already demanding for it. So yes, there is a brand value. Fixed time period. Yes, some franchises are for a fixed period only. If the contract expires, if the businessmen don't want to run it further, then yes, it can end also. Less scope for innovation, again, as they are producing in their country, same they are going to do it here. So you won't be able to do any sort of innovation. You can't give any suggestions also, because it is going to happen as it's happening originally in the restaurant where it is formed, that is in US. So same things are going to take place here. So unless and until they do some kind of innovation, you won't be able to do the changes here. Whatever innovation they are doing, that only you have to apply it here. You cannot use your own brains basically in franchising. Strict terms and conditions. Yes, the terms and conditions are strict. As we have seen, you don't have any scope for innovation. You don't have any say in the matters. So whatever the terms and conditions as to how they run the business there, that same you have to follow here. You cannot do anything without informing them or without their permission. For example, now you are saying, no. We Indians love lot of spices. So change that aloo tikki wala flavor or change some XYZ fries ka flavor and add lot of spices. So is it possible? Are they going to agree and they'll say, yeah, do it. You can do it. You can add your red chili powder or whatever your traditional masalas are there, you can add in that. Is it possible? Can you do that? No. If they are going to introduce any new product, when piri piri was introduced for fries, it was introduced at all locations over the world, right? It cannot be just for one city of one state. It is going to be all over. The spice level may vary from country to country, but the thing is going to be same all over. They will not launch the product only in one city or one country. It is slowly going to spread all over the franchises, wherever the franchises, in whichever the country it is. So, what is the crux of franchising? First is that you have to remember MACD whenever franchising is asked in exam. Trust me, as soon as you remember MACD and as soon as you read the question, you will be able to answer it correct. Not just answer it, but you will answer it correct. So in books also, when you note down, write MACD before franchising. If you want, you can note down other points. If you don't want, it's up to you. But MACD you have to write. Understood? Now, how is licensing different? In franchising, we have seen that entire business is set up as it is. Now, in licensing, what is given? In franchising, the entire setup is given. Okay, remember it like that. In franchising, entire setup is given, entire setup. But in licensing, only a trademark is given, only a logo is given, or you can say patent or brand name is given. The product is not given, only that logo, patent or trademark is given. For example, now you know Adidas, which is a sports brand, sportswear, sports shoes. It's a brand. You know the logo of Adidas, right? Then you know what is Harry Potter. Harry Potter, you know. Disney shows, you know. Disney. What is Disney? Disney animated movies, Disney cartoons, Disney fairy tales. We all know. So whenever someone is using a Harry Potter ka logo on their products, so do you think they can use it for free? No, they cannot use it for free. They have to pay certain amount to the owners of that logo or that patent or that brand when they are associating their product with that brand. They have to pay again a royalty fees or that brand whose logo, whose trademark they are using on their product. Now you might have seen children's water bottle. You might have seen the water bottles or some tiffin boxes or different types of games where the logos of Harry Potter, Disney and various cartoon characters are used. And you might have seen there is logos used on the sportswear of different sports companies. So do you think it is free of cost? No, you have to pay the amount to the owners of that brand. You need to take permission from the owners of that brand. Legally you have to sign a contract, and then you can use that brand, and in return you have to pay certain amount, which is again a royalty or royalty fees to that owner who is allowing you to use the logo or the trademark or the page. Okay, so in franchising, always remember it is a big setup. Entire business is given to you. Whereas in licensing, just the logo or the sign of that business is given to you. That entire business is not yours. Only the logo, the access to use that logo, that brand is given to you. Entire business is not given to you. Make sure. Now, this can happen in franchising licensing both. For example, now if McD is selling toys, in Happy Meals they give the toys also. I don't know if they are giving it now or no, but earlier they had this Happy Meal thing and they used to give small toys along with that, different cartoon characters and all. So if McD is taking permission from Disney to use Disney's brand or logo on their products, on McD, whichever toys they'll sell, or they are selling that Happy Meal packet for children. So on that, when they are using Disney's logo, that means what they are doing, McD is paying some amount, McD owners are paying some amount to these Disney owners for using that Disney's logo on that McD products. Whatever toys, Happy Meal products that McD is selling, and they are using Disney's logo on that. So McD owners will be paying certain amount to Disney owners because they have taken the license to use that logo on their product. So always remember, in franchising it is a setup, entire business, and in licensing only the logo, the sign is taken. Okay, again entry will be fast. How much time does it take to sign a contract and take the permission and pay the amount? Right, quite easy. Low cost, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to prepare a low cost as to compared to franchising cost is low, but franchising's cost is higher than licensing if you compare. But licensing's cost is lower than franchising. Again, low risk and low control over technology. You cannot change the Disney's logo, right? Whatever the actual logo is, that only you have to use. You cannot make the changes. You cannot change the logo. Even if you change it, then it won't be valid. People won't buy it from you because that is not the original logo, right? So yes, you don't have control over technology also in licensing. Now, I hope everyone has understood what is the difference between franchising and licensing. If you still have any queries, you can comment down or you can ask on Telegram. Today's lecture I'll end it here only. You can prepare notes for international business, and in next lecture we'll see what are few other modes of entry into international business. So I hope you have understood what all I have taught you in today's lecture, and kindly hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel. Okay, till then, take care, bye, have a nice day.